Real tough game. Came down the last couple of plays. Margin of error is very small, and unfortunately we missed a couple shots, and they made theirs. So, tough game for us.
What were your overall thoughts about the way your team played and specifically competing through the back and forth that stretched through most of the second half?
Yeah, we thought it'd be a very close game, and it was. Hold them to 37% shooting in the second half. Our guys did a really good job defensively. Played hard, played tough. Obviously, that last rebound hurt us. Corey gave up DeRitter drive to the middle for the 2 free throws, and then the last possession we had a chance to rebound the ball and either tie or win the game, and just couldn't get the rebound.
Do you see anything in some of the rebounding plays that were the issues there?
Well, we're small. Corey's 6'5" at the forward, so going against a guy that is 4 or 5 inches taller outweighs him. It's challenging. Our guards had to come back and rebound the ball. We did a pretty good job in the second half. First half, not as much, but they're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. We knew that going in. But when you go out there and their 2 centers are 7 feet and their power forward 6'9.5" or 6'10" with 250 or whatever he is, he's a big kids and young men, I should say. And it's very challenging for our guys that are smaller. But we played hard, played tough, and it came down to 1 or 2 shots. We missed a free throw with 2 minutes left. Our best free throw shooter. We missed a 6-footer. JP missed a 6-footer with tie game up with no one on him, and then we just we gave up a middle drive to a right hand on a closeout, and then we gave up an offensive rebound. So these games are decided by such a one or two plays can decide these games, and we just need to make one of those plays.
Given the theatrics of the way your last game ended, were you concerned at all about sort of the emotional reset that you would need to start this one? Because you got out to a fast start today.
We didn't play great against Virginia Tech. Played hard in the second half, well enough to win, but there were stretches our defense was not good enough, our transition defense. And we had a lot to prove today, and we came out with a much more focused offensive team, defensive team. And Virginia's outstanding. They're really good. They're hard to guard. They're also very physical. So very proud of our team. We gave great effort today in just one possession.
You were talking about, obviously, their offensive rebounding ability. The second chance points, 22-14 in their favor. Do you see that as maybe the difference in this one tonight, Andy, or how do you see that?
That was the difference, and the three-point line. The first half, they were able to get some offensive rebounds, kick them out for threes. That hurt us. We defended them at a very high level tonight. We made them miss quite a few shots, but they had 16 offensive rebounds, and as you just said, the second chance points at 22, including the last 2 of the game to seal it.
Your coach said that they were concerned about Cement and the matchup inside, and that some misses kind of helped them out in the end. What's kind of your message to him when he's going through that a little bit?
Smet played very well tonight, other than missing a lot of shots, and he has to make those. He has to take pressure off our guards. He has to take pressure off our team. It's very demoralizing when you're 7-2 and you're missing 6-inch shots, 1-foot shots, and 2-foot shots. It's 3 for 11, so there's no excuses. He has to make more of those, and he has to finish better, and he has to set himself, and he just has to make those shots. We can't go through a game where he misses 8 out of 11 from 2 feet and in.
You rely so much on Boopy Miller for so many different things. He misses the Duke game after Virginia Tech. You said he didn't really have his legs under him. Today he shoots 4 for 12, but still played 35 minutes. What did you think of him in terms of just his stamina and overall performance?
He's certainly improved physically. Has not gained all the weight back, but he's moving well. He's a tough kid. He wanted to be out there, and he's our guy, so we'll roll with him.
The way they guard, Andy, obviously they're going to run you off the line on the arc there. And the fact that you guys had so few number of three-point attempts in this game, did you kind of expect that, or did that, and then you guys were going to have to try and win with a volume of 2s, or how did you see that?
We're actually a good mid-range shooting team. Generally, JP, Boopy, BJ, they like those little floaters. As long as they're open, they're very good at that. That's why it was so frustrating. JP missed that 6-7-footer to tie the game on that out-of-bounds play with under a minute left. It's a great shot. He was wide open. But that's who they are. They have 2 7-footers. They're second in the nation in block shots. They challenge everything. They make you come to them at the rim. And the only open area really sometimes is that mid-range, and sometimes you get a clean 3 off. But we did a good job of sharing the ball for the most part. We didn't turn it over. Only had 8 turnovers in the game. Gave ourselves a chance. But we would like to shoot more threes than what we did tonight.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You know, I feel like I could have helped the team more with the defensive rebounding, but, you know, I'm ready to push, and anything else happen to me, I'm just ready to push for my team and try to win for my team.
BJ, as physical as Virginia is, and this could be for both of you, but as physical as Virginia is defensively, what was the thing that you guys had to kind of focus in on? Because you had to get a ball and choose. You're a good mid-range shooting team, as Coach talked about, but what was kind of the thing defensively that you guys had to be mindful of throughout this game?
I would say just sharing the ball more, you know, coming off ball screens and looking for the right pass and just hitting the open guy and shooting the shot with confidence for defense.
They shot more than half their shots from 3-point range, and rebounds off those shots are usually more unpredictable. How does that kind of impact you guys from a rebounding standpoint when they're shooting so many long shots like that?
It's on the guards, I feel like, to get those type of long rebounds, because when they shoot threes, it's going to be those type of long rebounds. So, you know, they're a great team. They did a good job at, you know, rebounding on the offensive end and, you know, kicking out to their players and, you know, shooting it with confidence.
You guys, these first 5 games in the conference, UNC, Clemson, Duke, Virginia Tech, and Virginia. What's your takeaway from this stretch? Because that's going to be pretty much right at the top of the level of where this conference is. BJ, what do you guys take from this, even though it's a 2-3 record?
We just know that we have a great team. You know, we lost some games by a short amount of points. We lost to Duke without Boopy, so we're definitely going to stay connected, and we're not going to take any game lightly. We're going to play hard every game for sure, just to get as many wins as possible. But it just shows us that the league is way better from last year, I would say, as well.
Boopy, for you, even though you didn't play against Duke, but all these, minus North Carolina, all these games came down to basically the last 2-3 minutes. How do you see this team going through a stretch like this?
I feel like we're a team that, you know, going to continue and keep fighting. I feel like the early games, the big games, helped us, you know, matured us as a whole group, and I feel like by the end of the season, we're going to become a better group because of it.
As disappointing as it is to lose any game, is this the kind of game that will pay off when you get to postseason, since it was back and forth for most of the second half against one of the best teams in this league?
Yeah, we definitely would take this game as a learning moment, and it will definitely help us in the tournament, in the ACC tournament and March Madness. So we can't hang our heads. You know, we got Wake Forest on Tuesday, but we definitely wanted this win.
Boopy, for you, going back to Wake on Tuesday night, I know that's going to be things to try and keep your emotions in check, but what's that going to be like for you to head back there next week? Because you didn't get to play against them last year.
Yeah, just trying to keep it every game, one game at a time, you know, just, you know, having fun on the court, being out there with my team and just trying to get the win on the road.